Oops. I just pulled my webcam down. Does it still work? Just a second. Yeah, it still works. What up? It's easier because it wasn't tuned for 16 debuff slots. But I also don't think that it was tuned for people that had 15 years of theory crafting either. So you can never really have a perfect facsimile of the game and its exact crystallized form. I think people are very, very intent on trying to make the game exactly the way that it was. And it's just a waste of time. It's just a complete waste of time to try to do that. Because it won't happen. It will never be the same. And people don't want to admit that, but it's true. The game will never be the same. Players' computers are different. Everything is different. You can never step in the same river twice. That is the fact. You can never change. You can never go back to 2006. You can't. And it doesn't matter what you want to do or anything like that. There we go. We got that one done. Thank God. Wait. Aw, man. I thought there was a flight path here. Oh, it's over here, right? Yeah, okay. Just give me a second. What else do I need to turn this into? Alright, I'm almost done with this fucking level. After this, we're going over to Feralass, and we'll get that done too. I've been watching less. How are you enjoying it? Been having a blast? Community feels alive? Well, I'm enjoying the game a lot. I mean, the game's very, very fun. Yeah, I'm very glad. So you can never go back in time. And I think that's really the issue, is that a lot of people use Vanilla WoW as kind of a metaphor for going back in time because they just want to be able to re-experience their lives as being younger. Like, and I know that this is... This is like kind of the argument that people use against Classic, which is why I think it's kind of ironic that I'm saying this, but I think it's also true. Spiritual Aid. Okay, Islin at the... Wait, what's this here? Oh, this is the Barrens. Okay, don't need that one. Return to Ironforge. Rise of the Silithid. Shadowmite. She is residing in the Temple of the Moon. Okay, let's go this way. Temple of the Moon. Alright, good. So listen. It's never going to be the same. It never will be the same. And whenever I tell you that, I want you to understand that I'm saying that with all the regret in the world. I wish that I could go back and re-experience the game. But the truth is that if I went back and I started playing Vanilla WoW today, and I could erase all of my memories, and I could experience Vanilla WoW today in the same way that I did in 2006, it would not be the same. It wouldn't, because I've changed. It has, like, the world has changed. Even without, like, all the tools and everything, it's changed. No, it's true. I'm sorry to say, but there it is. There's a lot of people that don't want to admit that for whatever fucking reason, but it's true. It is 110, 150, 120% true. The meet and play, it changes the dynamic. Well, no, here's the thing, right? Is that 14 years is so long, bro? Well, it is, right? And what I mean by that is, like, whenever I was 16, here's an example. Whenever I was 16, I was just then, you know, like, getting to become an upperclassman in high school. I was just then going from, like, a boy into a man. You know, and it was the first time that I was really stepping out into the world and interacting with people that were older than me and actually becoming part of the world at large rather than just a small group of friends and then school, right? I was actually interacting with people in like a normal way. I'm flying over to Feralass, by the way, guys. We're going to go over to Feralass. Let's go over to, shit, do I even have a fight path over there? Oh, I'll start right over here by this quest line here. And I should have gone over and got the flight path to that one place, but I guess I didn't do it. Oh well, who cares? Yeah, then you became a streamer. Well, no, that's not really it. Oh yeah, I can go to Feathermoon. Okay, so I'll go over to the Feathermoon. Let's fly over there. We'll start at Feathermoon. And we'll go from there. Best way is slow, most dead server you can find, a dial-up connection, and boom, original WoW. Well, the problem is, like, a young Asmongold back then was, I was continuously, like, not mocked or anything. I was never bullied, really, in school. Like, people would, like, oh, fuck you, dumbass, you have stupid shoes. But, like, this isn't... Being teased about something stupid like that by a person you don't care about, I don't really consider this bullying, right? It's like, was I bullied in school? No, I was not bullied in school, okay? Like, it just didn't happen. No one really was in my school. So, anyway, in my school, like, everybody just hated each other. So there was nobody that was, like, going to go, oh, man, it's not like the jocks were, you know, hated, like, you know, the nerds. It's like, everybody hated each other, and everybody also had friends in all of the other groups of people. So you had people like, I was friends with people that were in like football and, you know, that would play sports and shit like that. And then I was also friends with people that were continuously getting expelled and were like borderline gang members. Everybody just kind of interacted with everybody, and it wasn't any kind of a weird thing like you see in like the high school, you know, American movies. It just never happened that way. So anyway, this is the way it was going. And I remember there was this one guy on the bus, right? It was like, there were 3 guys on the bus. One guy would wear the same shirt to school every single day for all 4 years of school year, right? I never saw him wear a different shirt. And I remember one time I saw him many years later, and the only reason I recognized him is that I could tell he was still wearing the same shirt. And then there was another guy who would only talk in like gangsta speak, and he was in a gang, and he would hold out like a red bandana whenever we were going home from the school because he was a blood. And there was that guy, and then there was another guy who would only play EverQuest all the time, and he would talk about it, and we would argue if WoW was better. Well, the 4 of us went to school, went to school, and went home from school together every single day. We were great friends. All 4 of us, we were great friends. We're like, hey man, what's up, dude? Like, oh, I'm gonna sit next to you today. Hey man, how you going? We were great friends, man. And it was, you know, and that's just the way it goes. And I feel like a lot of people were like that in my school. Like, there would be like, you know, some nerdy kid and like some like super gangster kid with like fucking his pants down to his ankles with like, you know, Jordans on with like a little fucking like weird shit in his hair with his t-shirt on, and people used to leave the sticker on their t-shirt like, hey yo, what up, bruh? And it was just, I don't know, it was a weird school to be in. And I guess like that kind of taught me, like, that's why I don't really have a lot of enemies, right? And I don't know, I can take shit in stride. Yeah, they were just friends with each other. Everything was cool, right? And we would even like have some of them in my like in my computer class. The computer teacher was also the high school football teacher, and so like some of the football kids would come into class and they'd be like, man, y'all get to play video games in class? We gotta do work. And I'm like, yeah, dude, what up? Y'all want to play? And then like we fucking play Counter-Strike with them. Oh, it was great. So like this isn't the way that my school was or anything, but anyway, like I'm trying to remember what the original point was where I was even trying to get to. I'm trying to remember. This is how you avoid shootings. Well, we had some people that would like maybe bring a gun to school or call in a bomb threat or a knife, but it wasn't like a big deal, right? It's not like this is like nothing would ever really happen out of it because we had like a police station on the campus, so nobody ever wanted to try anything. So yeah, it never really happened. Like. People would do it, we'd find out that it happened, but, you know, it would just kind of work itself out. So yeah, this is what we used to do all the time. So like, back then, right, I was just a stupid fucking kid. I was a stupid fucking kid. And my entire life was like a perfect storm of being able to experience vanilla WoW in the most meaningful way possible. Right, being a kid. Just first coming of age. And all of the other things that were happening in my life kind of came together to make that experience what it was. I cannot relive that. It already happened. It can't happen twice. And I have to understand that. I knew that going into this game, I would never have the same experience that I did before. I do plan on making an alt. Actually, I'm gonna make an alt. I don't know. I want to play on one of the full servers. I'm gonna make an alt where nobody knows really my name, and I can just play the game without having a bunch of weird fucking bullshit happen, right? But overall, the adventure and really never experienced anything exactly like that before twice. Yeah, you never really experienced it like that twice. Like a young Asmongold, I wasn't taken seriously by anyone. I was a 16-year-old loser. And it had nothing really to do with me. All 16-year-olds are losers. It's like being a level 16. It's like being level 16 in WoW. Nobody gives a fuck about you. You're not even high enough to go into Dead Mines. Dead Mines is McDonald's, right, by the way, in real life, right? So you can't even go work at McDonald's. Basically, you're like, I don't know if we really want to take you. There's like 8 other people that are 16 that want to work at this McDonald's too, right? So like, what are you really going to do? So you're sitting there trying to figure this shit out, trying to figure out your fucking life. You're just first realizing that you have your friends that are planning out, they're like, hey, I want to go and, you know, I want to be this, I want to be that. And they're talking about going to school and going to college. You have friends that have had girlfriends at that time like 3 years. They're talking about actually, you know, being really serious, and, you know, things get more serious between the two of them. And, you know, this is just, life is progressing onward. And for me personally, I always felt like it wasn't really, like, it wasn't progressing for me. I was just sitting there chilling, playing video games. And nobody really took me seriously. I would go to school. The teachers would treat me like a fucking idiot because I was a fucking idiot. I mean, it's not like, oh, wow, you know, they're so mean to me. No, they're not mean to me. It's because I was a fucking idiot. And anyway, so this is the way that it would work. And this happened for a long time. First video game you really got into before Halo? Smash Brothers Melee. I played that a lot. And so anyway, yeah, I was doing that. And then so the game comes out, and it puts me on an even playing field for the first time in my life with anybody else, right? And it's not, you know, how smart they are, how old they are, what credentials they have, or anything like that. The only thing that matters is the effort that I can put into game versus the effort that they can put into the game. And whenever that was the case, I was able to come out ahead. And I think that gave me a certain amount of self-esteem that you can't really get anywhere else. And I think that's why the game was so fulfilling to me back then, and that's why I enjoyed it so much. Did you work between high school and streaming? Yeah, I did. When you first started playing, what made you pick Alliance? My friend wanted to play Paladin. Really just that simple. Literally, really just that simple. Full Halo playthrough whenever the game's re-released on PC. We'll see what happens, but I don't want to make any promises, okay? And now you have streamers taking stuff on an even playing field. It will never be even. That's what the whole point of what I'm saying is, that it will never be even. You can never go back. The world is different, and it will never be the same again. You can never go experience Super Smash Brothers Melee for the first time again. You can never go experience Halo 2 for the first time again. You can never graduate high school again. Or maybe for some people the first time, you know? You can never do it. And admitting that and being able to look back on the experiences that you had and say, wow, this was incredible. That's the best that you can do. And that's why I always push for Vanilla WoW. Is that I remember how important it was for me. I remember how meaningful it was for me. And because it was so meaningful and important for me, I wanted to make sure that this game could come out. And I know that it will never be the same, right? It will never be the same as it was. But it will be the closest thing that I can do, the best thing that I can do. Vanilla WoW helped me a lot in a number of things. It helped me learn how to make relationships with people. It helped me, yeah, I'll change the song. I don't want to listen to this stupid ass song, dude. Let me put on a good song. No. This is a good one. I like this one. It helped me forge relationships with people. It helped me first. This is the first time that I was actually part of an organization, part of something that was bigger than myself. Truth. I shut the fuck up and I listened to what people told me to do. Period. It taught me how to type too. I remember I used to I used to spell a million things wrong. People would make fun of me and call me stupid. I'd get embarrassed about it. Then I'd stop spelling the things wrong. It taught me how to spell. It taught me all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of things. Okay, elemental cores. Okay, we're good. Are there any more quests that we need to pick up here? So all of these things like this, they gave me the experience, and it was like, again, like the perfect storm for a person like me to have an actual Pepega clap. Like, that was me. I was an actual Pepega clap. Like, I would go around and just make weird noises and voice chat. And you know what? You know what I did? They yelled at me and they treated me like a fucking retard until I quit doing it. Because they said, you know what? We're tired of you acting like a fucking idiot. We don't want to deal with you anymore. So shut the fuck up and stop acting weird. Right? And I'm like, okay. Okay. Okay, all right, wow. And it was the first time I ever really had anybody do that. You know? And I learned how to be part of something bigger than myself. And then on top of that, I learned basically the fulfillment of hard work. And I know it's a video game. I know it's a video game. So let's go ahead and we're going to obviously just kind of assume that. Let me put you... I need to take a piss real quick, and then I'm going to tell the rest of the story, okay? Just a Give me 1 second, I'll be good. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so it was the first time really that I had ever had an opportunity to really step forward and step out and be myself. And not, you know, like, oh, what I'm supposed to be or anything like that, but just be myself. And it felt fucking good. I could do whatever the hell I wanted. I could be whoever the hell I wanted to be. And I could, if I wanted to be, I felt truly able to be the true piece of shit. The real piece of shit that I was always meant to be. And that's the truth. I was always meant to be this piece of shit. And I finally, and wow, had the opportunity to do it. Roy, I think we can share the quest, man. Yeah, I think we can share the quest. It's not a big deal. So I could go in there, and it's like, if I needed to do something, I needed an item, I'd get that fucking item, dude. I'd get that fucking item. It wouldn't matter what it would take. I'd make it happen. I was right. Yeah, we can share. We can share. Okay, and then we'll just meet up over here. We'll be fine. Have you ever heard of Necrogobotron? No, I haven't. So anyway, like, basically, this is what happened, is that I did this for quite a while. I was, you know, getting ready and, you know, all this other stuff and raiding. And then after a long way of, you know, doing all of this stuff and everything like that, I had a realization. I thought, you know what? I've been in these groups a long time. I've been in these raids for a while. And I want to make sure that they're done the way I want them to be done. Now, after I raided and played with other people, and I thought to myself, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it myself. I started making my own raids. I started doing my own shit. I had my own guild. And I did for a little while, and then I joined another guild, right? And then I was doing raids for them too. And then I was actually running shit. And this was like 16, 17 years old. And then I had people that were like, as I said, as old as my teachers, asking me what to do. And I was telling them what the fuck to do. And finally, after being treated like a retard my whole life, now finally people are starting to listen to me, right? And I felt so good about this. I mean, obviously, it gave me a lot of confidence because at least I was good at something. Yeah, I was good at, so like always, well, hey, I mean, listen, oh yeah, I'm sorry, if there's a 14-year-old out there, I'm going to treat him and talk to him like he's probably a retard, right? I'm just going to assume that and be like, okay, guy's probably a dipshit, you know, we'll put up with it, right? And inspiration, yeah, really funny to hear stories after stories. Well, yeah, so I first got into my guild and I started making these different opportunities for myself, and you know, I got in and I was doing this stuff regularly. I was doing it all the time. Grab one from Goblin. I'm getting that one right now, okay? All right, let's go.